Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are tackling a genuinely fascinating question. Exactly how much does a fetus grow over the course of a pregnancy? We're going to trace the chronological journey from a microscopic single cell all the way up to a fully formed baby. Get ready, because the sheer scale and efficiency of this biological process is honestly mind-blowing.
All right, let's just dive right into this. Right at the moment of conception, the human body begins as a fertilized ovum, and it is incredibly small. To be precise, we're talking about a single cell measuring just 0.135 millimeters in diameter, and the weight? A practically microscopic 150 micrograms. I mean, that is almost nothing. But from this infinitesimally small starting point, the clock starts ticking on a 40-week journey of unimaginable exponential growth.
Section 1. The Blueprint. So the first trimester, which covers those first 12 weeks, is an absolutely critical phase, and it's focused entirely on building the foundation. The body isn't really packing on pounds yet. It's laying down every major organ and complex bodily system. The sheer speed of this biological differentiation is amazing. By just 4 weeks in, organ formation is already well underway. By the time we hit 9 weeks, the gonads begin to differentiate. In fact, it happens so fast that XX embryos will literally already start producing oocytes, or egg cells, at this incredibly early stage. And then by the end of 12 weeks, the main processes of embryonic development are essentially complete.
Early embryonic structures brilliantly illustrate exactly what we're talking about here. You have intricate formations, complex neural pathways, and the beginnings of vital life systems. All of this highly detailed biological architecture is forming long before any significant body weight is actually gained. The body is strictly prioritizing complexity over mass.
And get this, it's not just static anatomy either. There is genuine action happening. As early as 8 to 12 weeks, the fetus is already expanding and contracting its developing lungs. It's kicking its tiny feet, bending its arms, forming little fists, opening its mouth, and even sucking its thumb. All of these very recognizable, human-like behaviors are already active in that very first trimester.
So, with all of these internal organs, limbs, and even thumb-sucking in place, how big is the fetus at the end of this first trimester? Well, it's only about 8 centimeters long, and it weighs just 26 grams. To put that into perspective, biology lecturers often describe this as weighing about as much as a bloated bird. It is truly astonishing that so much sheer complexity fits into a package weighing just 26 grams.
Section 2. The Rapid Growth Phase. Now that the foundational blueprint is built, the body entirely shifts gears to packing on serious mass. At the end of the first trimester, remember we were sitting at a mere 26 grams. But by the end of the second trimester, so right around 24 weeks, that weight jumps to 640 grams. This is the single most rapid period of weight gain during the entire pregnancy. The fetus balloons to just over half a kilo in a matter of weeks.
Since the internal organs were already formed back in trimester 1, what exactly is the body doing with all this massive weight gain? Well, it's all about maturation. This is the process of developing those existing organs, increasing muscle size, and achieving a distinctively human appearance. For instance, if you recall those tiny nail beds that formed early on, in the second trimester, they actually grow out into visible nails on the fingertips. Section 3. Final stretch and fat.
During this third trimester, the overall rate of growth kind of slows down, but the absolute weight gain is monumental as the body preps for survival outside the womb. Step 1 is the deposition of adipose, or fat tissue. This fat is absolutely essential to keep the baby warm and provide energy after birth. Step 2, the lungs, which remember have been practicing expanding and contracting for months, become fully mature and ready for that all-important first breath of air. And step 3, the eyelids can finally open and close independently.
So here is the absolute crucial point we've been building toward. After all this meticulous building, rapid maturing, and vital fat deposition, we arrive at the finish line. At 40 weeks, the average full-term weight of the baby is 3.2 kilos. Think about that journey for a second, from a microscopic 150 micrograms to a healthy 3.2 kilos. The mathematical scale of that multiplication is just staggering.
Section 4. Carrying the extra weight.
Now, of course, the baby doesn't grow in a vacuum, right? To support this exponential fetal growth, the maternal body has to undergo incredible structural accommodations. Consider the uterus. Before pregnancy, the uterus is roughly the size of an orange. It weighs just 30 to 40 grams, and it sits deep within the pelvis. But over 40 weeks, it adapts, stretches, and completely expands to safely accommodate a full-term 3.2-kilo baby. This orange analogy perfectly highlights the phenomenal elasticity and adaptability of the human body.
And it's not just the baby taking up space in there. The placenta is this complex, highly vascular network that acts as the fetus's absolute lifeline, providing all the oxygen and nutrients. By the end of the pregnancy, this massive, dinner plate-sized organ comes in weighing over a full kilo all by itself.
So, if you've ever wondered where all the extra weight comes from, let's actually break down the math. You have the baby at an average of 3.2 kilos, then the placenta adds over 1 kilo. On top of that, you have roughly 5 liters of amniotic fluid providing a protective liquid cushion. When you add it all up with the other maternal adaptations, the mother is carrying around roughly 10 extra kilos. It is a monumental physical undertaking that really just underscores the incredible resilience of human biology.
Section 5. Summary of fetal growth.
We've covered a vast amount of biological ground today, but before we hit the final timeline, here's a really surprising, fun medical fact for you. Because of how the fetus develops and changes shape, clinical measurements actually shift halfway through gestation. From 8 to 20 weeks, doctors measure the fetus from crown to rump, so basically from the top of the head to the bottom. But from 20 weeks until birth, once the body kind of uncurls and lengthens out, the measurement shifts from crown to heel. It's a small clinical detail for sure, but it really emphasizes how dramatically the physical shape transforms.
And here is your ultimate summary timeline to lock in what we've learned. Trimester 1 is the blueprint phase. It's strictly about organ formation and setting up complex systems without much weight gain at all. Trimester 2 is the rapid weight gain phase. The already formed organs mature, muscles grow, and the fetus takes on that distinctively human appearance. Finally, Trimester 3 is the final prep, characterized by the critical deposition of adipose tissue, lung maturation, and just getting entirely ready to survive in the outside world.
From a single cell weighing a mere 150 micrograms to a complex, breathing human baby weighing 3.2 kilos in just 40 short weeks. Think about that for a moment. What other biological process in the known world is this efficient, this rapid, and this perfectly choreographed? It truly is a marvel of human resilience in nature. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep wondering, keep learning, and I'll see you next time.